Oh my goodness. Today we're going to review the Freego Shotgun F3 Pro dual motor, dual battery, full suspension electric bike. What makes this e-bike stand out in the pack is it can pull over 2,000 watts of power to its all-wheel drive drivetrain. So this thing should accelerate like a rocket and go pretty fast and get pretty darn good range. Looks good on paper, but let's crack it open and see what it's made of. Open up, bro. This thing is really sealed up. Ugh. Here's what it looks like when you open the box. Top battery looks like a gas tank. Another box. Check it out. Look at this wheel. It's got this 4-inch wide knobby tread on the tire, and it's 20 inches tall. But what makes it different than other front wheels is it has a motor on front. And it looks like we're gonna need to install our brake rotor on this side. Pretty beefy looking motor. Here's the numbers stamped on it, XD75F. Oh man, this has got some weight to it. Heavy electric bicycle. Check this out. They even give you a nice little bicycle helmet. The bike's not light, but the helmet is. So here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. It's got a steel frame. This one is green, and we can see the monoshock back here, sitting on the steel swing arm, and indeed another motor back here, and I like that they don't even mess with giving you gears on this bike. Long chain and suspension up here on the front as well. Front suspension has a compression adjustment as well as preload, and we'll take a look at those handlebars and the controls, but first, let's take a look at what's gonna run these motors. Freego is gonna run these motors. So it is dual batteries. They are not like swappable like up here. Well, maybe. They're definitely different shape, and they're both massive. Keys are placed right here on the handlebars. You get 4 total. Let's get these batteries off of here now, because they lay the bike down. Makes it harder to build, and we just gotta see what these things are made of. Come off you! And battery number 2. So let me show you these batteries. They will not be swappable because we can see they have different connectors. However, what is not different is the watt hour capacity. So the top one is 20 amp hour, 48 volt, 960 watt hours, and so is the bottom one. So these things do have a little bit of weight to them because they do have a little bit of range. So you don't need to use both batteries if you're just going like a short trip. Keep this thing a little lighter probably. I don't know that for sure. 20 amp hour battery packs usually weigh around 11.4 pounds. Throw this other one on there. Oh, this other one actually weighs in at 12.6. Interesting. Oh, I think I might be able to tell the difference too. And they give us one 2 amp charger. Wonder if there's another one in that box. And this plug is interchangeable between the 2 batteries. And we better get that going now because 20 amp hours divided by 2 amps is 10 hours to charge from empty to full, which they don't ship the battery empty. It looks like it's already pretty charged up, fortunately. Blue means it's like 80% at least. So what's in the box? A brake rotor. This has got to be a second charger right here, dude. Yes. Just another 2 amp charger, but we'll get it on that battery. Then you get some motorcycle pegs, phone holder, tools, and a headlight. I mean, what else could it have been than a headlight? And a manual. So what kind of brakes we working with here? Excellent, 180 millimeter disc brakes. And it looks like these handlebars are gonna have a mighty close clearance. Don't know if this is gonna even work. This is like as far as the handlebars can rotate. Unless I'm missing something here. Wouldn't be the first time. I feel like I'm part of a NASCAR pit crew right now. It's got these little brackets down here to make sure the torque of the motor is not going to twist on you and cause your wire to rip. So make sure you put these things on. Here's the motor connector for the front motor. And here's what the bike looks like when you get the headlight on and the front fender. However, I was missing a couple screws for the front fender. You just need one for right there and 2 little basic eyelets for down there. I'm just not gonna mess with running it. And I'm a dummy. I just realized what I need to do here is loosen up the bolts on these stanchions and drop them down a little bit. Same for right here. See what it feels like to sit on this thing. Suspension on the back though, that monoshock. Oh yeah, I might be feeling the tire squish. Let's get some air in these. It says do 20 PSI, we'll do 18. All right, got these screws loosened up, bump them stanchions down, there we go. Now the handlebars can go where they need to go. Or how far should I put them up though? Give that a try. How tight are you supposed to put these things? I wanted to show you guys the brakes real quick. They are hydraulic DY Island on 180 millimeter rotors. Should be totally fine. Throw that bottom battery on here. And of course, you don't have to run both batteries, but we're going to today. And the controller is down there under the seat. So if you guys wanted to like upgrade the controllers, I don't know how these batteries are hooked up. If they run both at the same time, if they have the blender or one at a time, we'll find out. These motors, man, they should have some serious capability. And when you're riding something this powerful, you should definitely wear a helmet because you never know what could happen while you're out there. This thing will definitely help prevent you from cracking your noggin. Although you might actually want something a little bit more protective than this one. But better this than nothing. Real quick, here's what a 6'5" dude with a 34-inch seam looks like getting on this bike. Suspension does feel plush now that we have that rear tire inflated. And I got front suspension. This feels like it'll be a nice ride. And pedal stroke, You know, moped styles are never the kind of bike you want to buy or pedal, actually. You know, mopeds, got a little bit of weight to it. You know, the moped style bikes are never what you want to buy if you want to actually get like a workout, exercise on a bike. This one seems a little less awkward to pedal than some of the other moped style ones I've reviewed. But, I mean, dude, it's a motorcycle, come on now. Quick look at the dash, we get rubber round hand grips, plus minus, I need to tighten that down. A bell, hydraulic disc brakes, BMX style riser handlebars. I heard that this button will switch all-wheel drive to not all-wheel drive. Quarter twist throttle on the right grip, and it's about time to turn that on. All right, let's check it out. Press this button here, power's right up. I've seen this display before. It is color, so that's nice. Get 5 levels of pedal assist, likely. You bring it down to 0. A couple buttons to tab on over here. That does nothing. This, oh, turns your light on. I'll show you that in a moment. So you get trip, odometer, max speed, average speed, and do we get watts anywhere? Don't see it. Let's try the nitrous button here. Nothing while we're parked. And then light brightness is pretty darn bright. Don't know the lumens on it, but compared to a lot of lights on a lot of bikes, it's got a pretty darn good level of brightness. Then around back we get this light. Is it a brake light? Sure is. Let's see how the motor does under no load. Pedal assist 5. I don't know if I'm on dual motor or not. So full throttle, go. Oh yeah. And then what happens if I press this button on front? Is it gonna give me all-wheel drive or, wait. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. All right, man, I'm ready to go. Real quick, I just want to show you the theoretical max here. Ready, go. Spins up to 43 miles an hour under no load. All right, dudes, let's take the Freego F3 Shotgun Pro out for a ride. Power this thing up. Let's roll. Wait a second. I don't need to bring this thing. And when we get back, we'll check the voltage of the batteries so we can check and see what kind of range we get out of these batteries. First thing we're gonna do is run it up to 20% grade, see how it does on just one motor. My weight is 200 pounds. We'll do throttle only, no pedaling. It's on pedal assist 5. I don't know if that makes a difference. From a complete stop, can it do it on just one motor? Pretty much, it can almost. We're just gonna turn around though, throw it on 2. Ain't nobody doing that on just one motor. So full both motors now, ready, go. Oh my goodness. All right, so we are peeling out going up this hill. Just decimating, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna try and lean my weight forward a little bit from a dead stop here. Ready, I just kind of eased on it so it wouldn't peel out quite as much, but my goodness. I think the front end definitely just came off the ground there. All right, let's get going. So first thing I'm noticing, looking at this display, I cannot see crap. I really can't. I can hardly see without even my shades on. I wish it was a little brighter. Cruising at 15 though. Let's put it back on one motor real quick. Throw my shades on. Can you see it through the polarized lenses? Makes it even worse. I can barely see this display at all. If you turn on the lights, it makes it even more dim. So first, observations. Suspension feels nice and plush on this thing. Like this feels like a nice, legit, full suspension, moped style electric bike. I've been reviewing quite a few moped style e-bikes recently, and their full suspension has not really been nearly as nice as what I'm feeling on this thing. Got the little grab bar down here if you want to pull buddy behind skating or something like that. Or I don't know if I should recommend you do that. Let's do this thing on pedal assist 1 with one motor, see what happens. So it gives you just, it feels like a smaller amount of power, and you can full throttle it. Full throttle on pedal assist 1 will bring you up to 13 miles an hour, which I think this is excellent because it gives you kind of like a cruise control. These twist throttles, they can be a little bit hard, you know, trying to find, you know, exactly where, you know, how fast you want to go. So it makes it a lot easier if you just want to throw on the pedal assist 1. And then gears wise, you only get 1 gear. Let's see how it goes from a stop. So if you're at a complete stop here and you start pedaling on gear 1, takes you a second to get the, does it give me the power yet? Oh yeah, there goes power. So a little delay on the power assist sensor. You can just use throttle obviously to get you going, and then, oh, nice, that works. And then pedaling will do the same thing. Pedal assist 1 gives you a small amount of power. It honestly feels like, I don't know, 200 watts or something like that. No, not 200, probably more like 300. What happens if we do pedal assist 1 on dual motor from a stop? So, oh yeah, so it gives you quite a bit more power here. Basically like doubles your power, but still brings you up to, well, now it says 15 miles an hour now. Yeah, you get a little bit more power. Now pedal assist 2 on one motor only. Feel a little jump in power. I'd say that feels kind of more like 500-ish watts. And then hit the dual motor while we're on pedal assist 2. Well, let's wait for the turn. Front motor tends to be spinning out on us. So dual motor. So it just kind of kicked on a little more power, and we're cruising at 20 on pedal assist 2 dual motor. Now I put it back on single motor, just doing all the different modes here. Pedal assist 3, feel a little bump in power. That's taking us up to 25, no 26, 25.5. Now going from 20, we'll hit the dual motor. Oh yeah, so it basically feels like it doubles your power there, bringing us up to right around 28. So let's just go ahead on dual motor, flip it to 4. Oh yeah, dude. I can tell this thing is gonna be an absolute riot, dude. Going 35, it looks like it's saying 34.4 on pedal assist 4. Yeah, this thing has got the power, man. That's what I'm talking about. So shorter 20-inch wheels, you can feel the handling is quite a bit more nimble than a 26-inch wheel. Like the wired Freego, for example, this is like a little more nimble feeling than that bike. However, there are, oh, that suspension on the back might have just bottomed out there. So it is a very plush feeling suspension for street riding. Like it's got a good amount of movement in it, which is what you kind of want, I think. I'm gonna bump this thing onto pedal assist 5 now, getting out here in traffic. Got a line of cars coming back there behind me. A little rattle, full power now. Let's see what the display says it'll take us up to. And this thing is freaking cooking. Out the way, Lexus bro, out the way. It's saying 41 miles an hour right now, 41 point something. We'll get off the GPS and verify that. I mean, we're cooking, dude. I feel like I need to use my turn signal. Yeah, I shouldn't have smashed that helmet. This is, actually, yeah, this is definitely like, you know, helmet territory riding something like this. Oh my goodness. So I know right now the wired Freedom is sold out. I'd have to say, this feels like a pretty darn good alternative to the wired Freedom right now. First opinion here. This one's got way more battery range, and obviously it's a totally different setup having dual motors. So it's, you know, it's got a little more weight to it for sure. And definitely a different vibe to it. Probably not going to be pedaling this one as much as the wired Freedom, since it has one gear and it is moped style. Get up here on the tank a little bit and ease on the throttle, pedal assist 5, and now fully on it so we didn't peel out too much. I mean, this thing freaking moves. So I don't know what the range claims are on this bike, but if you're riding it like this, you're not going to be hitting those range claims on the website likely. Hydraulic disc brakes feel good, really good. We'll let them bed in a little bit more. Yeah, dude, we got to get the GPS out. Should roll up on this dude, take him off the line. I don't know if we can do that. So we'll go ahead and give it a little 0 to 20 acceleration test here. Throttle only. I weigh 200 pounds. GPS in my left hand, twist throttle on the right. And I'm going to ease on the throttle so I can keep traction. Ready, go. Full throttle. All right, we're peeling out. 20, 30. 30, we got to slow down. This thing is outrageous. So the GPS lags a little bit on the left side. The dual motor is going to give you significantly stronger acceleration than a single motor. Oh, dude, this is a little mini beast machine right here, dude. This might be about the most fun you can buy for a two-wheel electric bicycle. A two motor. I don't even know what I'm saying. This thing is freaking awesome. Oh, popos. It's pedal across here, nice and gentle for the police officer over here. Pull in the brake lever here so it takes away the power. And put it on pedal assist 1, 0, 1. So speaking of pedaling, if you do put this thing on pedal assist 0, say you run out of battery, you're gonna be in some trouble, man. This thing weighs a lot. I would never want to pedal this thing without any power at all. Power assist 1 though, that's nice. So I'm really curious, is this thing running on 2 batteries at once or not? I'm gonna try and turn this one off down here and see what happens. I don't know, man, I can't tell. I guess we'll find out along the way. Right, dudes, we're gonna do a little top speed test here. I weigh 200 pounds, pedal assist 5. I'll ease on the throttle, GPS in the left hand, and full throttle. 20, 30, slight tailwind, 40 according to the onboard speedometer. Please stop, cars. And so onboard speedometer is showing 41. The speedometer by hand, GPS is showing 37. And this is dual motor. Looks like about 37 is all I'm gonna hit at 200 pounds. 38. So if you are lighter, you might be able to get a little bit more out of it, but I mean, do you really need to, is the question. This thing accelerates hard with the dual motor. If you get this bike, I'd start saving up for a front tire right now. That front tire likes to spin. And it's gonna be hard not to use this dual motor once you feel this power. So I've gotta say, man, first impression on this bike, this thing is an absolute animal beast. I'd highly recommend this thing, honestly. The only thing right now that I'm kind of missing is I wish it had like a watt display so I could genuinely see how much power this thing is really pulling. I don't know what size the controller is, but it is dual 1000 watt motors, but I don't know how much power they're actually pulling. I would say at least 2000 watts. I feel like this thing's probably peaking probably 2500 watts, maybe more, honestly. To be able to hit 38 miles an hour and pick up, like accelerate as fast as we're accelerating. But running these motors this hard, it's gonna be really interesting to see how much range we get out of them. We'll get out there and try it on flat sand here in just a few. She thought I was talking to her. No, man, I'm talking to you dudes. Before we try it on the easy stuff, which we know it's gonna be able to do, let's try it on this uphill from a slow start, full throttle. Oh, surprisingly, it was a little bit of a, well, no, this thing is, okay, all right. And we got the full suspension, man. I hear it banging around the batteries and stuff, but it's insulating me from the bumps, so yeah, I feel good. I'm not really sure what all that banging and rattling was back there. Dude, as cops are starting to crack down more and more on like Sarons and stuff that doesn't have pedals, I think it's gonna make more and more sense to have something that kind of at least looks like a bicycle going into the future. Don't have too much trouble with the police out here, but I hear they are cracking down a lot of places. Real quick before we take it out there in the sand, let's see the pedal assist flag. So not pedaling, power ramps on, and it's on pedal assist 3. Let me crank it to 5. So not pedaling, power ramps on. So about a solid 1 second to probably 2 seconds. By the time I'm hitting 15 or 16, I'm kind of already out of gear ghost pedaling. There's a cadence sensor. All you got to do is just kind of turn the pedals and not actually put any power in, and it'll start giving you power. Let's try the sand. So we'll put it on dual motor. Oh yeah, pedal assist 5. This thing feels pretty supple, pretty plush going over the boardwalk, full suspension, fat tires. And I'm gonna move up here closer up on the bike to get more power down to the front wheel. Not even going full power, honestly. I'm giving it pretty good power. Oh yeah, full power now. But this thing is pretty clearly just tearing right through the sand. No real problem here at all. It'll do way better if we go down there. Let's just go out here and rip a little bit since we got the dual motor, and that's what this thing's all about, really. Holy smokes, dude. I can't even look down at the speedometer and see it, but this is the real benefit of a dual motor here. A lot of times bikes really struggle out here. You know, I gotta bring them, oh, about lost it there. The 20-inch tall wheels don't do quite as good as taller 26-inch tires in terms of stability, but let's go on up this hill here. Running up that hill, oh my goodness, dude. The amount of torque that this thing has is tremendous. Almost every bike I review has absolutely no chance getting through this, like even close. And this is like the thickest, most like horrible stuff to get through right here. And this bike is, well, we're losing a little bit of speed, but I mean, this is the worst of the worst right here. And this thing just dominates, dude. And it feels so like supple too. So that was a pretty harsh test on the motor controller there. We'll see how long it can keep holding up this level of performance without overheating the controller or something like that. Woo! I've been on this bike path a lot of times and I've never seen it closed off by the police before. Wonder what could be going on over here. Looks like there's a cop over there taking a photograph of something. There's a backpack there, some sort of crime scene. Do you have any idea what happened? Oh, really? That doesn't ever happen out here, does it? Dang, dude, forensics is out. So there's honestly not much of a point to do this hill test even on this bike because we already know it can do hills, but we'll just full throttle it, losing traction a bit there on the front. I'll move up. Speedometer is showing 20 and accelerating at, or 19, I think I saw pop up down there. Let's just pop off here, get a little air. Ooh, that rear suspension bottoms out hard, man. Yeah, this thing's probably not really meant to be like doing jumps and stuff, but absolutely shreds the sand. Oh, that was such a hard landing. And when I say hard landing, it didn't feel hard to me. I could just feel like the rear suspension bottomed out and it just, you know, felt harsh on the bike. So let's head on down here and try the California incline. Look at this happy doggy. And this is where the California incline is, which is an 85-foot elevation gain, 12% grade. We'll see how fast the Freego can accomplish this task. Got it on dual motor, pedal assist 5, rolling in gentle. I mean, I can't give it full juice going around this thing. Oh yeah, front tire started losing traction there. Kind of fun, you can like drift a little bit. Like, this thing is an absolute hoon. Oh, sorry, man. Pretty, oh, whoa. That helps you get a little better turning radius. Having the front wheel slide out, burning out, going up the California incline, 16 miles an hour, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, and we're gonna let off. It was still pulling though. That speedometer is off just a very slight amount. We saw it was showing, I think, 41 versus 38 on the top end, but my goodness, what a climber, what an accelerator. And if you're new here, we are just down there on the bike path, Santa Monica Mountains, off in the distance. Grand Theft Auto 5 is right over there. Wait, that's where I live. What about on a downhill into the wind? This is not safe at all. I have not even tested these brakes yet. 40, 41, 41. I'm gonna let off. We're coming in hot. There's a lot of mass here to slow down. If you're looking for something torquey to climb hills and accelerate quickly, high top speed, I mean, this is certainly an option. Oh gosh, police. Flipping on the lights. We're just gonna go. He turned on his lights. Oh, he's driving out here. It's definitely out here. So we'll give it a brake test here from 20. So one thing I really like about these brakes is they have these little adjustments here. You can tighten them up and whatever. So one more from 20 here. Lean my weight back just a bit and give them a pull. Oh yeah, dude, they work really, really good. We do have quite a bit of weight on this bike. I forget the exact mass of it, but I mean, dual battery, dual motor, all the mass, all the places. The brakes are good. Oh shoot, we're scuffing up the ground out here, dude. Hey dudes, final thoughts on the Freego F3 Shotgun Pro, and price is listed at $2,800, but I do have a discount code. Link below this video in the description box, and that link down below the video will give you the best price on this. So be sure if you are interested in this bike, check that link because prices do change, and I don't know what the current price is right now. But really, I mean, I think the review speaks for itself. This thing is freaking awesome. Dual motor, dual battery, big power, full suspension, and it's a beast of a bike. So if that's the kind of bike you're looking for, I really don't think you can go wrong with this thing. It will definitely put a smile on your face, and it'll get you up to some pretty high speeds. But let's head on home and see what kind of final range we get out of these dual batteries. All right, dudes, after 15 miles, let's see what kind of juice this thing has left in it. Oh. Juice has got left in it. Oh shoot, I have enough pellets too. Oh, there we go. A little bit of pep. Get out here in traffic. 36, 37. So after 15 miles of riding, batteries have dropped a bit of voltage. Let's go see. Oh, I think that rear suspension bottomed out. Check when I get home, but I'm pretty sure these batteries are on the blender or whatever, running off both batteries at the same time, because it's showing full battery, and I really don't feel any reduction in power right now. You know, I feel like you really don't even need both motors for most riding. Easily just do a little wing splitty split. But if you need the power, you can always hit that nitrous button. Whoa, get out here and pass the other electric vehicle, maybe. Come on, Freego. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's make this light. We got this. Little mini motorcycle is what we have here. Yeah, I did not think I was gonna make that light. All right, dudes, just rolling up here to the neighborhood. 20.63 miles today, hour and 47 minutes of ride time. The battery bar is showing 5 out of 5 bars, so not very meaningful data there. We'll get it in and put it on the multimeter here in a moment. So it would be nice if this bike did give us like a battery percentage readout or a voltage readout, and also like a power output in watts. So what kind of range can you get on this thing? Well, honestly, I think you could get some significant range out of this if you really try to, because you can turn off one of the motors, so that'll help you significantly save on your battery by just running one motor. And then also you can crank down the pedal assist. Like, one of my favorite things on this bike is like, it'll just give you like less power. So when you don't need a lot of power, it makes it really easy to control how much power you're giving the bike. So for the price, I actually do not think this is a bad deal at all for the level of performance you get on this bike. Would I recommend this bike? Absolutely. It's not perfect, but for the price, it's an absolute blast, and I really don't think you can go wrong with this one, especially compared to a lot of the stuff out there. I mean, this thing's available right now. Voltmeter time. Top batteries voltage is 50.4. Bottom batteries voltage is 50.4. So it does have the battery blender, which is excellent. And 50.4 volt, this chart is saying about 75%.